Now it's time for us to give a prediction, and I will go first. I feel weirdly confident about this one, and it's a little bit weird because going into the playoffs, I had the Niners winning the Super Bowl. I felt like they were the best team, head to toe, in the league, whereas the Kansas City Chiefs really just have not been all that good throughout the duration of the regular season, or at least not all that good for their standards. But Kansas City's won me over this playoff run. I'm picking the Chiefs to win, and that's because really their defense has been unbelievable for much of the year. Everyone wants to get the attention to their offense and Mahomes, and I get it. Their offense is great. But that defense with Steve Spagnuolo, who's one of the more underrated coaches in the NFL, I think they could give the Niners a little bit of trouble. They've got talent up front. They've got good linebackers. They've got a strong secondary. Probably the best cornerback duo in the entire league with McDuffie and Snead. And I think all of those young guys being able to produce has been so key for them, as much as it has been for Mahomes producing and Travis Kelce playing really well throughout the playoffs and them running the ball well with Isaiah Pacheco. The Chiefs are so well coached for such a young team. They have peaked at the right time. I understand why the Niners are the favorite. They have been by far the better team throughout the year. But Kansas City's won me over. I'm picking the Chiefs to win the game. Mahomes is going to be my Super Bowl MVP because that just feels like the easy pick. But if I were to go off the rails a little bit and pick somebody on defense, I think the X factor here could be Nick Bolton, the linebacker. He had some big plays last year in the Super Bowl, missed some time this year with an injury, but is one of the best linebackers in the league. And obviously, when you look at the linebackers in this game, you look at the San Francisco duo with Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw, and understandably so. Those guys are ridiculous. But Nick Bolton is also really good. I think we could have quite the game from him.
I was really hoping you wouldn't go that route because that's the exact route I was gonna go. As I was saying, I think the Niners have not really performed all that well. They've had three good quarters of football in the past two games. In the fourth quarter against the Packers and the second half against the Lions. For the majority of those games, they were not looking all that well. The first half against the Lions game, they did not look good. First half and even the third quarter of the Packers game, they did not look good. It looked like the Packers could have legitimately won that game with a better 2-minute drill from Jordan Love or a made field goal. The Niners wouldn't have won that game. We would see a Packers-Lions conference championship. They probably shouldn't have been able to win that Lions game, but they did, and they're here. And the Niners have been, obviously, one of the better teams in football. They're here. They made it. They deserve it. But the Chiefs in the playoffs have been the best team. Their defense has been the best defense in the league for a few weeks now. Steve Spagnuolo's been a phenomenal job getting all the young guys there. You've seen guys like George Karlaftis kind of come out of nowhere and been really good. They have, like you said, the best corner duo with McDuffie and Snead. Justin Reed's a great safety. Nick Bolton and Willie Gay is one of the best young linebacker duos. Chris Jones is a monster. And on the offensive side, Pacheco and Travis Kelce have kind of picked up their play and have been really good. Rashee Rice has been a very reliable slot receiver kind of guy. He had almost 1,000 yards. I thought he didn't do all that great, but he had over 900 yards. He had a really good rookie season. And I think if the offense can tone it down a bit, kind of instead of going with the big plays like they used to with Travis Kelce and Tyreek Hill, relax, go over the middle a few times, throw some small routes. The guys like Pacheco, Rice, Sky Moore got taken off of injured reserve. I know he's not all that good, but it's another weapon. And Travis Kelce's been great in the playoffs. I think the Chiefs are the hottest team right now. I think they're just playing better than the Niners right now. And if the Niners are struggling against defenses of the Packers and the Lions, I don't see how they're going to be able to get past Steve Spagnuolo. I'm taking the Chiefs. The easy pick for MVP is Mahomes. I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to end up being Trent McDuffie. I don't know why, but he's probably going to get a pick somewhere. Because Brock Purdy, I think, has thrown a pick in at least both the playoff games so far. If not, he just hasn't played out all that great. So I am going to be taking Chiefs. I'm going to pick McDuffie as the MVP, but it'll probably be Mahomes.